Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Honest Game Perspectives. Today is our Saturday roundup show, and we have a little bit of a smaller show today. I'm going to be honest, there was not a lot of news going on, but I do have three different things that I do want to mention that I think will be excitement, and I'd love to know what your guys' feedback is on all three of these. So let's get right into it. Doom the Dark Ages was released on, well, the 15th of this week, and I've played it. If you have Xbox Game Pass, it is yet another good reason to have Xbox Game Pass, as this is a day one release on there. So you don't have to spend the $70 asking price, and you can just pay the subscription for Xbox Game Pass for PC or console, and you'll have access to Doom the Dark Ages. And I gotta say, I played this game. This was really the first Doom I think I've ever really given a shot. I've mentioned before that I'm not a big Doom guy, but I played it, and I gotta be honest, it's fun. It's actually enjoyable. It's the best thing I could think of while playing it. Although I did only play it for a couple of hours for this video alone. I think I'll definitely revisit it, and I think I'll go back to it because it's like it's the easiest way to describe it is it's junk food for video games. I mean, it's cool, it's exciting, it's guts, it's glory, it's fighting. It's almost a little too much for my liking. I know that sounds weird. Maybe I am becoming old, but it is almost too much like guts and gore and blood for my not like, oh, I don't want to see that, but just there's a lot. And it's really weird that this game made me feel that way because I've never felt like that about a game before. Um but regardless, I mean, it's really fun. The first couple of missions and chapters in the game seem to be enjoyable, and they really kind of help you play along and learn the mechanics of the game. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited to play a little bit more of it. I don't know if I'll fully get to the end, but it's definitely a game I would recommend. I'd say give it a shot if you have Game Pass. The $70, I really don't know if that's the best use of $70, but it's getting very positive reviews as well. So give it a shot, and that's Doom Dark Ages. Next, I want to talk yet again about Expedition 33, as they have broken over 2 million sales just this past week, and it definitely leads Game of the Year race. Now, look, it's May, which is almost halfway through this gaming year. Of course, the best of the best games typically are presumed to come out towards the later part of the year, but games like this, with the excitement, with the sales, with the hype, with the reception that gamers gave it, we really only get one, maybe two games like this a year that completely take over the conversation around the gaming world. Think last year it was Baldur's Gate 3. Think the year before that it was Elden Ring. Hey, dummy talking right now. Yeah, you forgot about Astrobot. Hey, what's going on? It's me here, currently editing this video, and I realized that I didn't mention Astrobot, which was the actual game of the year last year. It was the year before that Baldur's Gate won. I seem to have forgotten that. Maybe it's because we all think that was rigged, but I just wanted to clarify here. Astrobot did win Game of the Year last year, and Baldur's Gate was the year before that. So, okay, continue with the video. And now this year, it's Expedition 33. Now, what's interesting is that the difference of, this isn't a big AAA studio. This isn't a huge game that has had previous iterations of it in the past. This is a brand new IP. We've talked all about that in several of our videos, but I just want to give it more praise. I mean, the game has got over 90s on Metacritic and OpenCritic. Now, that's not the be all end all of how a game is. Ultimately, you're the deciding factor of if this is your best game. And as hype dies down, we'll really start to see people who, avoided the hype who come back and play this game. So sure, we still got some big games coming out the rest of this year. I have my eyes on a few that I won't mention here because we'll talk about them in their own videos as time gets closer. But I just think that Expedition 33 has really set the tone for the rest of the year. And I don't think that we're going to see a game that will take over as good as this game did. I mean, keep in mind, this game is not even a typical game. I mean, it's a turn-based combat game, which is like so crazy. I would love to see that win Game of the Year so we could see more companies and studios realize that you don't need an IP that's established. Anyway, I've talked too much about this game throughout the last couple of weeks. I really appreciate how well this game is made and how well it's put together, and I want to give it its praise. For our last segment, I want to talk about a game that I found pretty interesting that I really wish I could try right now. Unfortunately, I don't have it in my schedule to do it, but it's a game called The Precinct. which if you're, I'm assuming you haven't seen this on your For You page or all over your recommended games and stuff like that. I don't see many people talking about it. However, it's a little indie game that was released this past week, and it's basically a modern day tribute to old school Grand Theft Auto and the gameplay. And I'm not talking Grand Theft Auto 5 or San Andreas. I'm talking Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2, the top down games that you probably don't even remember or have ever seen be played. So you might have to go ask your parents about that one. But Precinct puts you in the role of a rookie cop patrolling a neon lit city, chasing down criminals. There's like a whole bunch of crime that's been coming up, and you're kind of thrown into this survival sandbox where crime happens. And it's got car chases, it's got destructive environment, and it's kind of cool. It just looks like a fun retro game with modern feel to it. I don't think it's gonna necessarily blow up the gaming world. I think the best way it's going to get talked about is by this word of mouth. But if you like games with old school souls, then I think this one is definitely worth checking out. And I think it's definitely something worth giving a shot. And that's going to be it for the Roundup Show. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch these videos as I continue to make them. We are trying to get 500 subscribers by the halfway mark of the year. I don't think that's going to happen, so maybe we can shoot for the 3/4 mark of the year to get 500 subscribers, which is less than 100, so that's pretty cool. But let me know what you guys were playing this week. For me, I was playing Doom, The Dark Ages, and then I really didn't have much time to play anything else. I did stream a little bit of Mafia, as I'm having some fun with that. But make sure you guys let me know in the comments what you have been playing, also what you thought of all the stories we talked about this week, and I will see you guys Monday with a brand new video.